Hey you guys, it's Monica and welcome back. And so today is another episode of Try It Tuesday and we're going to be trying out glitter staplers. And so I know y'all have been seeing the glitter staplers. I've been seeing the glitter staplers and my mom told me that I should try to make a glitter stapler. So here we go. So I got this stapler from Amazon. It was like $6. I tried to wait to see if it was going to go down for Prime Day and it didn't. Which kind of sucked, but so I went ahead and bought it anyway. Cause I'm like, I don't remember when staplers was $6, and I don't think they are $6, but I was too lazy to go to like Walmart to see if they were cheaper. I'd rather just come to my door. So watch me struggle, try to get this thing undone. Like I'm like, how did the top come off? How is everyone doing it? I had to pull out my phone. Okay. And so I figured it out. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to show y'all this in real time. So there's that piece in the top. You see how it moves? And then there's this other piece. Pull that back. And that part just snaps out. And then you can just like fold that down into the part where the staples go. And then you can just rock off, pop off, whatever words you want to use, this little back piece. Like for the girlies with the nails like me, it's definitely a little harder because I just felt like I didn't have a good grip on it. So if you don't wear nails, you can probably do this a lot faster. But for me, it was just it was a tad bit difficult, and it probably wouldn't have been so difficult if my nails weren't so long, but I ain't cut my nails. It is what it is. So I'm going to put it back together, and I made it a point to put it back together. That way I would know how to do it when the time came instead of trying to struggle again when it was time to put it back together then. So let me just push everything back in, and like to put it back together, it's literally the complete opposite of what you did. So you're going to press down this little middle piece, pop back that little metal piece right there. You can see the part that's sticking out. And then that's going to release that little bar. Fold that bar down into the bottom and just pop off the bag. And now we are ready to get the stapler popping. Cool. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do as far as prep is you're going to want to sand your stapler. I'm just taking like a super fine grit sandpaper. And you can see like immediately that black, like it was pretty. I'm like, ooh, probably should wear a mask when I'm doing this because it definitely gets particles everywhere. But still, you still want to get a nice little sand on it and then clean it off with alcohol. And so this, let's just go over some supplies you're going to need. So you're going to need a UV lamp. You're also going to need some UV resin. I will leave a link to all this stuff below. All this stuff I got on Amazon. So one-stop shopping. And if you craft, you probably already have the resin and the lamp. But you know what you don't have? You don't got this glitter. And so this is Nerds and Palm Trees, 2 iridescent glitters you can pick up over on PeriodSixDesigns.com. No, they do not come like this. These are my personal jars. I would never send y'all glitter that I wrote on with masking tape and a Sharpie. So just know that they come very nicely. And make sure when you start to do this, you're gloved up. So put your gloves on and let's go. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Because I was going to wait till the next video whenever I did it. But all y'all been leaving comments talking about try the Hyperion. Baby, I just spent $87 buying that Hyperion. My bank sent me a notification and asked me, was I okay? Because they know I'm a cheap girl. I don't like to spend my monies. I like my monies in the bank where I can see it. In my 401k where I can see it. In my Roth IRA where I can see it. And my Fidelity account where I can see it. The Capital One was like, this don't seem like you. Was this you? So y'all need to be running it up. So if you haven't, go over to PeriodSixDesigns.com and check out the website. Go buy something nice for yourself. We got stuff on sale right now. Check out the sales section. If you're a selly girl, that's fine. We take all orders over here. We ship all orders. And we ship fast. Come get it, because I got to make up this $87 that I just spent on having Hyperion shipped to my house from the UK. Anyways, that was take one. I didn't really like it. I just thought like the black was kind of like interfering and like giving it a whole different look. And I always say the color you paint your background can definitely change the look of like your tumbler or whatever you're making with glitter. But I decided that I wanted to do a white background. So what I did, I just took alcohol soaked paper towels and I just wiped off all that UV resin. I didn't go ahead and cure it. And so now I cleaned it with alcohol after I got all that off. And now I'm just painting it with white acrylic paint. So how I do my acrylic paint, I work in thin layers, but I build it up really fast because it dries really fast. That way I don't have to like paint it, wait, come back, paint it, wait, come back. If you work fairly thin, you can literally just keep going back over and over it, especially like when you're turning it and working on different sides and stuff like that. It makes it super easy to build it up. And I wasn't pressed on it being like super, super opaque because I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm like, I don't even know if this is going to work. Like, what if for some reason acrylic paint don't stick to staplers, even though it's plastic and acrylic paint sticks? But I didn't know. Like, this is Try It Tuesday, y'all, aka Monica's Struggle Tutorial. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Monica. I'm the person over here struggling. I've decided to make our struggle days on Tuesdays, and the rest of the days that I post videos, hopefully they're more helpful videos. But if you're a struggle girl, welcome. You should subscribe. We embrace struggling over here, and we learn from our mistakes. Okay, so once that dry, I let it sit for like an hour because I just wasn't sure how long I needed to let it sit. So I'm like, hour sounds good. And now I'm just taking that UV resin so I can do my glittering. I'm working pretty thin with this layer of the UV resin because I don't want that top to get like too thick, because no one wants to hold a thick stapler in their hand, I guess. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, think about it as doing like, ooh, what is that method called? Like the epoxy method on your tumbler. But remember, y'all, what was the dang term? I've been forgetting so much stuff when I started recording lately. The hang method. When you do the hang method and you make that, like, you use like less than 5 mils of epoxy on the tumbler and you just get it really thin. Like, that's how you want to do it in order to catch this glitter. Because the thing about UV resin is, if there's still like a little, it's going, I feel like UV resin grips everything. Like, if there's glitter floating in the air, the UV resin is going to grip it and pull it onto what you're working on. And so I decided with the palm trees and the nerds, because lime green and purple are actually my favorite colors. I realized after I did the first like layer of glitter, I'm like, oh, this is kind of festive too. This is kind of Halloweenish. I like it. Like, I didn't know I was like a Halloween girl, but apparently my favorite colors can be construed as Halloween colors too. So yeah. So now I'm going in with that nerds. I'm trying to get an ombre going. It was definitely hard. I feel like if I would have used Mod Podge, my ombre would have been a lot easier. But the UV resin, I'm trying to think. I feel like I've never had to like UV resin ombre, but like this was actually really difficult for me. And maybe it's just me, but like getting my ombre how I like my ombres was a little difficult for me. And so that's why I decided that I was actually going to do 2 layers of glitter with UV resin. I was hoping to only do 1, but it's definitely going to have to be 2. So that's what it looks after the first layer. And it doesn't look bad. I'm sure if I would have like painted my base not white and used like a purple and a green, mixed in like a little mica pot or something, it would have looked a lot better, and maybe I only needed 1 layer. But you know, we're experimenting. We're trying to figure out what we're doing because we have no clue what we're doing. So that's what we're working with after the first layer. At this point, you are going to go ahead and cure your UV resin. So y'all are going to ask me, how long do you cure? You need to cure based on whatever UV resin that you buy. Like, y'all be like, how long do you, like, girl, I don't know, what are you using? You're going to have to give me a rundown, what are you using? So cure based on whatever your packaging says. So that's what it looks like after that first layer. And we're going to go in and just literally just repeat what we just did. Make it nice and simple. Trying to catch that ombre the same place. Just trying to get more opaqueness, popping, and all that good stuff. So yeah, like I was telling y'all, I bought the Hyperion. So it says it's going to take like 5 to 7 days. There's a few places in the US that sell them. One website had a bunch of stuff spelled wrong. I was like, I don't think that's for me. I don't think their website's for me. Another place said 5 to 7 business days, but they said they can get it to me from the UK faster than that. And then the last place, which was, I don't remember any of the names of these people, y'all. I'm so sorry. But if you just type it in Hyperion for tumblers, it'll come up. They were sold out. So I'm like, well, looks like I'm thugging it. And if I would have ordered it from one of the places in the US, I would have saved like $10. But I'm like, it's not that deep. I'm already blowing a bag on this anyway. So like I said, when that video comes out, I'm gonna need y'all to run them numbers up. I'm gonna need y'all to send it to family, send it to friends, and send it to people you do not like. Because we like haters over here too. Man, could y'all imagine life without haters? Like, think about the harmony we live in. It'd be nice. But unfortunately, that's just not how life works. You gotta have somebody to hate on you. And I recently just got back from Florida a couple days ago, which was very nice. Got to see my family and my nephew. So which very nice. Yeah, and that's about it going on in my personal life. Oh, I'm tripping. The Halloween box is out. So all the Halloween colors from last year, like Cauldron, Toil and Trouble, are available right now. Hocus Pocus is back out. And also we have brand new 5 chunky glitters. In the 60, it's called the 60 surprise box. It's $31, so you're saving about 22% that you would over buying those colors individually retail. So you should definitely check it out, and you can pick that box up over on PeriodSixDesigns.com. So if you're looking for some fun new glitters and you like chunky glitters and you got some Halloween crafts you want to make in your mind, check out our surprise box. So I ship them the same day or next day, depending on what time you order. So yeah, that's what we're looking like after 2 layers. So we are going to go ahead and cure this in our UV lamp. I decided to turn my UV lamp upside down because trying to stick it underneath there was getting on my nerves. So I'm like, I'm gonna just do it like this. And I cure it on all sides. So I don't just hold it like this and cure it one time. I cure it for 90 seconds on all 3 sides. So top, left side, right side is how I do my curing. And that's what works with this specific UV resin, which I will leave a link to below. And so now it's just the top coat portion. So we're smooth sailing from here. Like I said, I had all my troubles were up front, like with just in general trying to disassemble and not really knowing what I'm doing. And I still don't claim to be the best at UV resin. I'm a traditional kind of resin girl because I just feel like sometimes UV resin can be a little hard to get smooth. I guess I could have sanded after this layer. I didn't. But always room to improve, especially with doing a $6 stapler. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to mess up too bad. That's like the same price as the tumbler. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. And I'm gonna use the tumbler way more than I'm gonna use a stapler. So yeah, so now I am just getting a nice little coat on here. You can go a little thicker than you would have went on the glitter coats. And so also want to mention that like once I get everything nice and like kind of smoothish, evenish on here, I do kind of just spin and that's a handle from my cup turner with masking tape wrapped around the end and with the sticky part flipped the opposite way. So it's like wrapped one time around the actual thing where the sticky part is against the arm, and then wrap the opposite, twist the tape, wrap it the opposite way so I can grab the stapler. But yeah, I spin it a few times to kind of just let it like even out and level out, and then I cure it. I don't immediately stick it in the lamp because if not, you'll have like finger shrieks, and we don't want that. So yeah, just spin it for about 20-30 seconds before you actually stick it in your lamp to give everything a chance to settle and level out. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure that again. And again, here's me struggling because my lamp, every time I just jiggled my body, it was acting like it didn't want to stay on, which was very annoying. But yeah, so cure based on whatever is on your packaging. So we're going to just add my name to this, something simple. Like I said, at this point, I probably could have sanded. I wasn't thinking about, I was doing this at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Some people are going to be like, that's not even early, which it isn't because I wake up before that, way before that. But I just wasn't thinking. So yeah, just some regular holographic silver vinyl. I'll also leave a link to that below. That's what we're working with. In retrospect, I wish I actually would have did black. I feel like black would have looked good. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, what color I should have did. Or you think this looks okay? I don't know. I feel like sometimes when the first time doing a craft, especially when you're like me and you sit down with absolutely no plan, things can go any kind of way. So yeah, the one thing I wish I did differently, I feel like I wish I would have did black vinyl instead. I feel like that would have looked really good. And also glittered the little bottom part right there. So if you're going to do that part, don't forget to make sure you're getting underneath there with glitter and UV resin. So it's all sealed in, even though like it's not like a tumbler where you have to worry about like it getting caught in the sink or something. And Berlin girl, I'm so sorry to hear about your tumbler. That sucks. But let me know if you do that, like the trick with cutting out the bottom, and if it works. So y'all should check her out. Her Instagram is Gabby Specialty Designs, I believe. She's really sweet. She's really nice, and she makes cute stuff. So y'all should check her out. Oh, also, I seen people doing this little water trick thing, and I don't know if they say it's like to help with the stickiness. I had no clue what I was doing. I just filled up a glass with some glitter, and with some water. I said, let's see what happens. So I did feel like it made like the surface a little less sticky, because a lot of times with UV resin you have to go back and like clean it with like alcohol. So I don't know if it's like a hit or a miss. I'd have to do way more and do way more comparisons, but I'm like, it couldn't hurt for me to, it was already cured, so I'm like, it couldn't hurt for me to throw it in this water and see what happens. Plus I had glitter all up underneath it, so I was hoping I can get some of that glitter out too. So the last thing I did is just clean it up with an X-Acto knife. And now I'm going to just reassemble it. So reassemble it how we just did earlier in the video. And then because it got like a little thicker around that base because all the layers, it was like a little difficult to snap on. And because I was worried about like, if I tried to like shove it in there, I might crack it. So I was a little worried about that. But just be as gentle as you can getting it back on there and just knowing that you'll probably have to never take it off again. So do that, and like you see I'm struggling. It's okay to struggle, but I got it back on there eventually, which is really what matters. Come on, get on there. This thing attacked me when I was trying to put it back together. And then I'm just gonna do a quick test really quick to make sure everything's working properly. And it is. And that's it. That's how you make a glitter stapler. So if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to give them a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channels. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest at PeriodSixDesigns. Also, I have another one of these staplers. So you guys said you wanted me to go live. So I am off of my part-time job this week. So if you're seeing this the week it goes live. So let's plan something for like Friday or Saturday, because those are my off days from my regular job. I got to work my part-time job on Sunday. Leave me whatever social media you want to see me go live on, and if you want to see morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you guys in the next one.